With age comes wisdom, experience, and a whole lot of unexpected changes. Welcome to Dad Brain, where two best friends share their journeys through the ups and downs of their 30s. Get ready for the raw and honest realities of growing older. Here are your hosts, Matt K. and Matt L.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad Brain. Surprise, surprise, we're coming to you live from Uncle Mike's studio in Michigan. Matt, why don't you introduce our guest and our host, I guess.
Our guest and our host, yes, the host of this wonderful studio.
Guest host.
Yes. My brother is today's podcast guest. And like Matt said, we're shacking up with him here with the baby girl. Flew into town just on Friday, decided on a whim to come to Michigan, and we're able to get the whole entire band in one room. So I think that deserves a round of applause. Very impressive, gentlemen. Very impressive.
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm happy to host you and the baby and the wife and all that stuff. And here we are. Excited to have you.
Yeah,
excited that you have me too.
Yeah, no, we're very excited to have you because you're Uncle Mike, right?
I am, yes.
Everyone remembers an uncle from their childhood. Some people for the wrong reasons.
I think everybody has an Uncle Mike.
I think
They know of an Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Or they just know someone that has Uncle Mike tendencies, right? Someone that is going to kind of be a little more rougher with the child. Someone that is going to introduce the child to fireworks. Right? Cigarettes.
Buy them alcohol.
Yeah. 3-card Monty.
Gambling.
This is great because we had one podcast.
He's also a bookie.
A little bit of action, a little juice.
He's just determined all the different lines for all the baby sports. The audience should know, just for some context, this is the house that we grew up in together.
This is the one.
These four walls.
Lexington Avenue, East Point, Michigan.
Come find us.
48201.
Yep. You want to give the actual address while you're at it?
I don't care. Yeah, come on down. Come on down, everybody. Especially, girls.
We got Cloverleaf. Come on down, right? Yeah, no. So we're shacking up with Mike, and just like I said,
plenty of beds,
plenty of
food. Stay as long as you want.
Yeah, and we were able to, bring Matt out for the live.
Just a quick, 50-minute drive.
We did not think you were going to come. My brother gave us an over/under on what you were saying. He said that you were already. He already said that my tummy hurts. Oh, he's not going to come. He'll do it virtually. I'm like,
No, I felt like shit. I took a nice little nap though. Woke up, still kind of feel like shit, but I was able to make the drive. I didn't want to miss out on the first ever live in-person episode that we've done. Yeah. So.
No, we appreciate you scheduling getting in, because I gave no notice for this trip.
You
right?
did not.
So I was kind of putting the burden on everybody else.
But no, it worked out. And so what brought this trip on?
Yeah.
Why did you leave the clean air and waters of Florida?
Yeah.
And why are you slumming it with us?
So as you know, we had Sean J on the podcast last week, and he talked a lot of. Great episode, right? All the likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions. Thank you so much at Dad Brain Pod. But no, Sean was talking a lot about credit cards and getting your finances right and paying off your debt. And right there, I said, well, I have a pretty okay credit score, so I'm going to apply for the Amex Platinum card. And living that Amex Platinum life had me spend as much money as possible to get the membership rewards.
Was that the Delta Lounge we're hanging out at, or is it?
Hung out at the Delta Lounge.
That's an
Tampa.
experience.
It was nice.
Was that your first time?
No, we stayed in JFK's, which had an actual shower.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's a huge airport, though, yeah.
A shower in the Delta Lounge, that's a game changer.
If you're not using the Delta Lounge, use it. It's awesome. You get the mimosas, you get the food.
Yeah.
It's a great place to hang out away from the plebeians that are inhabiting, your normal airports.
You can steal a lot of stuff there, too. Bags of chips. Especially, new dads, you got a baby stroller, stuff that thing full of Nutri-Grain bars, jalapeno chips, bottled waters, whatever you can do.
They got fucking
that's what I do.
there.
Obviously, make your money worth it. Or
You have to.
make it worth your money.
Right, because even though I'm the card holder, we still had to pay $50 for
Yeah.
Marley
Oh, it's
to come and
$50 now?
Yeah.
Last time I was there, it was like $35,
For
I
a
think
guest.
a year and a half ago.
I got to pay $50 every time I do it because I only got the Delta Amex card, but I
Right.
get a lot of points.
Yeah.
So make sure you listen to the finance episode, and
I already did. Of course,
get your mind. Yeah, it was the best episode ever.
It's a great episode.
Didn't convince me very much, but
Views are through the roof. So obviously, Mike, you're not a dad, but you're one of the people that when we started the Dad Brain podcast, we were reaching out to you because you love podcasts. You're a big consumer of them. And you were one of the first people to tell us, like, hey, that's funny, or that's whack, or just giving different directions for it, just based on, like, what you consume.
And just keep it real. I mean,
we made it clear early on that Dad Brain isn't, like, it helps to be a dad to have Dad Brain. But
for sure.
we all agreed that, you've got Dad Brain. You're an honorary Dad Brain guy. So
yeah, well, Matt and I, we had the great pleasure of being raised by a great dad.
There you go.
And,
another great episode.
Obviously, we just kind of use his examples and just, all the stuff that he did. It's always going to stick with you as long as you live.
Yep, definitely. And, another great episode there, right? The one interview with her dad.
I love that one. Our producer listened to that one too. Right here, Scott.
Yeah, so Scott approved of the John Lomden episode there.
We're using last names again, huh?
Oh, well, sometimes it slips.
But no,
the
Johnny-isms are fantastic. Without him, we wouldn't have them. We wouldn't have you guys, so we wouldn't have the podcast.
No, and I just remember, like, my dad always, like, saying, like, oh, I need to do all this cool shit with you now because when you're older, you're not going to want to, like, hang out. But it's, like, my favorite thing to do is, like, hang out with my dad. It's like being on Johnny duty, like, because he'll just get into all sorts of mischief.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point in my life where my dad calls me to do something. I try and drop whatever I've got going on to do it.
It's going to be an experience. Speaking of experience, though, Uncle Mike, how has this been? Like this new title, being an uncle, interacting with a newborn who's 6 weeks today.
Well, first off, your daughter Maisie, she's she's amazing. She doesn't cry. She doesn't do anything wrong. She doesn't got any bad habits yet besides crapping herself. And
we all do that once in a while.
Yeah, and we all got that, going for us too. So that's fine. But other than that, obviously,
it's crazy.
I just love little kids,
So, like you said, no warning to this trip. Drop of the hat. You got your house, child safe.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So a thing that Matt called me the other day because it was such an impromptu trip. He's like, "Oh, hey, can I stay with you? Can you pick me up? Can you do everything? And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay. I don't care. I'll do it." But and then I'm like, "So what's the plans with the baby for the Drake concert?" And then I'm like, "Are you gonna have somebody watch the baby?" And then he's like, "No, we're just gonna bring her with us." I'm like, "What? Wait, hold on. You're gonna bring her to the Drake concert?" Like what? No. You got to figure it out. And you're like, you know what? You're right. And then you had to figure out some plans. And you did. You went to the Drake concert. The baby is still alive.
Yep.
So that's
why you need an Uncle Mike, to make sure you don't really drop the ball as a dad and do something stupid like taking your less than a month old daughter to a fucking Drake concert.
Yeah, I knew when he said, like, he gave me like one of those really long awkward silences. And I was like, okay, I guess I got to correct what I was saying. Maisie was really pissed, though, because Drake did play a lot from Take Care, and that's her favorite album. But, just to give you guys some context, this Friday, we are going to a concert. We're going to see Dierks Bentley in Tampa.
Oh, really rednecking her up.
It's an outdoor concert?
It's an outdoor concert.
It's better.
In Florida.
She's got earmuffs.
Okay.
It's July.
Okay.
It's going to be at night.
There's some things to think about, but it's better than a Drake concert.
It's better than a Drake concert.
It's going to be a challenge.
Guys, the craziest
You might not make it through the whole concert.
I hope you made.
I think that's fine. I'm to the point now, if I go to a concert, I'm only going to see the headliner. I'm not sitting there waiting for the fucking jabronis to get off stage, the 6 DJ sets and everything like that.
The long line to get in.
Oh my God, dude, there was so much puke outside the Drake concert yesterday.
Yeah, so that's good because if you, just come at the end, it might be like an hour and a half, and then you just leave the baby in the car at that point. It'll be nighttime by that time anyway.
Yeah, it's only going to be like 75 degrees.
Crack
about
a window,
120.
leave the AC, leave a little note.
Keep the Drake playlist going.
Cool. You got it figured out, dude. You'll be good.
Yeah, no,
cool.
I think everybody has their own different parenting styles, but we are really trying to.
Well, it's on the job training for you. So you can fuck up once or twice as long as the kid lives, right?
And I have to admit, I gave my first bit of dad advice today, and I felt like a total douche doing it. But I was just high enough that I felt like I could give some real wisdom. And I gave this kid a hug, and I said, "Don't worry, you're not ready." And I think I scared the shit out of him.
Would you whoop his ass after that?
You didn't tell him to bank up sleep?
I didn't tell him to bank up sleep. No, but I was just like, dude, whatever you're going to do to prepare for this, it's not going to be adequate. Like, until you get that baby in front of you, dude, you don't know what to do.
He was an expecting parent.
Yeah.
Expecting dad.
Yeah, so they're like 10 weeks along or whatever.
I thought you were talking to like a little kid about some other type of advice.
Listen here.
You ain't ready for this.
You don't know shit.
Yeah. Life is gonna fuck you.
So just to wrap up that story, Marley has Maisie, and she like rushes the baby into this kid's hands. He's like,
give him a baby.
They're only 10 weeks pregnant, and she's just like, here's a newborn, and he's just like, like that's how people react when they see a newborn.
Well, you never know if you're gonna fucking just like drop the kid or toss it on accident.
Like, is her neck just gonna snap like out of nowhere? You just never know.
It's a real thing because, I mean, supporting the neck is so important when they're young, but I mean, you're supporting more than the neck, right? You're over here doing tummy time with our daughter. Like, it's beautiful.
Holding her with the hand up here and then doing that. Like, my arm gets tired, so I just gotta plop her down and. If she starts getting uncomfortable, just give her a flipper over, like a pancake.
Yep. So Maisie being here, is that getting your like biological clock ticking? You're like, I got to put a couple of these out there, fill the world.
No, I wouldn't say that. Right now I'm just going to enjoy my time being an uncle, and
good call.
That's that. We'll see what the future holds, but no, that's not going on in my mind. I'm not like a woman. I don't need to crank one out right now.
His cycle's activating.
Just that tick, tick,
yeah,
tick,
yeah.
tick.
His biological clock is, he's only got so much time. There's too many health risks when you have a baby older, You get the joke I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. Very good.
I got it.
Yeah.
Good one.
You want to move us forward there, Matthew?
Yeah, so you flew in. Your first time flying with a baby.
Yeah.
What's it like? Did you got some good advice from a couple different parents on the podcast?
Yeah. It was all great advice. Shout out to them. I love them for all that advice. It was a fucking nightmare.
Really?
It was. Because just the amount of shit that you have to bring.
Yeah.
And, my wife had a baby 6 weeks ago, so she's still in recovery mode. So
she ain't carrying a goddamn thing.
She ain't
carrying her purse.
And, Matt, I don't know if you know this, but we brought Maggie with us, too.
So I was going to ask that. Where's the fucking dog at?
Where is the dog at?
Where is the dog?
No. The dog is with her dad. She's been there. Yeah, she's loving it, dude. Rolling around.
Well, that's a good dog, too. You got a good dog, good daughter. At least you got that going for you. Not a screaming kid. You don't got a pit bull that's trying to bite their said kid.
Mauling people.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be badass, but...
Good protector, possibly murderer.
It was so funny because we were definitely sitting next to a school shooter on the Delta plane here, and Maggie was like just putting her snoot right on this guy's head and just looking at him.
Oh, man.
Made him reconsider.
Huh?
Made him reconsider?
Yeah, dude. Like, gave him some future plans. He's like, maybe I need a dog instead.
He's never had the love of a sweet dog?
Yeah. Those dog eyes, they just look at you like, you're fucked, you're done. And that's exactly what we gave him.
Dogs have to perfect that because when they fuck your house up and you want to murder them, one look from that and you're like, it's fine.
Yep.
You're going to die in 12 years anyways.
Go ahead.
No, it's weird because, you get frustrated with a dog, but I'm also noticing, it's weird being frustrated at a child, right? Because the baby can't do anything, and you understand that you're the one who's putting the anger out in there. And I find if I'm doing that with my daughter, she acts up a little bit. It's really an energy.
Yeah, they reflect your energy. Yeah,
for real though. They're projecting it on you. So whether you are frustrating, or frustrated, I just always take that deep breath. I'm just all right, it's 3:00 in the morning. I got a piss boner. I got a full diaper. This bottle's going to take at least 45 minutes to feed her, but I'm going to do it anyways. And you just get through it.
Well, that's what you signed up for. And it's all going to be worth it eventually.
Absolutely, man.
So that's nice. But then, okay, so, just, kind of keep it moving with the logistics. So how many bags you got with you total? You got the dog on the leash. You got the wife. You got the baby in one hand. Is there a bag underneath it? Are you guys checking bags? You guys got carry-on bags. I mean, it's
No, I think it was a total of 7 bags.
oh jeez.
But we have bought stuff while we've been here, so we're up to like 9 different items.
Oh man.
But like with Delta, like a lot of that checked baggage, like we're doing all that stuff.
Well, and that's where that Amex card comes, and you get 2 checked bags for free.
Yep.
I think your stroller should be free too, right?
Strollers free.
Yeah.
Yep. Strollers free. Dogs free. But they upgraded us to Comfort Plus for the
Even
ride
better.
back home, so it'll be a little more comfortable. But the thing that was fucking shitty on the beginning of this trip, like I was so frazzled moving so fast that I left my ID at the Tampa airport.
Oh shit.
And we get to the airport super early so we can enjoy the Delta Lounge, right? Those chocolate chip cookies.
Not bad.
Not bad. So we're up there for like 3 hours. I'm editing the latest episode of the Dad Brain podcast at Dad Brain Pod. And they were calling my name on the overhead thing saying like, Matthew L, come get your ID. And it wasn't broadcasting to the Delta Lounge. So I had no idea.
Ooh.
I got right down there right when my flight was about to go off. And they're like, we've been calling your name for 3 hours.
Dumb shit.
Well, the Delta Lounge should be on that stuff. They should be relaying messages. They should know that you checked
They should
in.
send somebody, white glove service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucked. So now in order to get back to, bless you, Tampa, I have to show like multiple forms of identification that don't have my picture on them. I don't even have my Costco card with me.
Well, yeah, because your
You
Costco
left
card
home
has
without
my
that?
name on it with your picture.
You're welcome for all the reward points. Yeah.
Some little identity theft crisis there going on.
You're welcome for paying for the membership.
Yeah.
For 7 years.
It's definitely been a bit of a logistical issue, though, getting through the airport. But once you get on that plane and stuff, like, we read this thing where it was like, give a whole bottle, when you're going up, right? So, like, when it's climbing, because their ears...
To equalize the pressure, yeah.
Exactly. And then when you do the exact same thing, because a bottle, like, you get the baby a bottle, or the baby's going to sleep. So you're on the flight for 2 hours, bottle when we're going down, no problems at all, dude. It's great.
Well, traveling sucks anyway. A travel day is always going to suck. It's just going to be a little bit harder with 7 bags, a baby, a dog.
Yeah, and you can't get piss ass drunk on your flight. That's usually what I do. How I get through traveling is I just get fucked up as hard as possible at the airport bar. Yeah, I mean, traveling's kind of fucking boring.
It is boring, but like normally I'm like traveling and I have like so much other shit to do after I'm done traveling that I don't want to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
On the luggage carousel, you're usually going to a place that's warm.
Yeah.
Always. No. But no, it's been fun. I'm happy that we came home early.
So we got all that advice from other people. What specific stuff do you do the Ziploc method?
No, I mean, she's only having baby formula right now, so we didn't have to like put little snacky poos. If the snacky poos were anything, it would be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs granola and Skittles. No. The only advice that I really took was, making sure that you're checking everything, right? Like as much as you can lighten your load before you get on that plane. Normally, I don't check luggage at all.
Yeah, leave your ID. You can't be bothered to carry that. That's way too much stuff.
Right. I was really, that was not fun. I guess.
How'd you even get to the Drake concert without that? Like, how have you been buying booze? Like,
well, I do pass for 21, luckily. So
crazy.
I haven't run into any issues. When we went to the casino, MGM, God, so bad. But no, I didn't get carded, so I felt young again.
Yeah, but if you hit a jackpot, well, no, I guess it would, because you are over 21, so
yeah,
you'd be fine.
Yeah, but no, I mean, just went there, ran through $40, went to the Drake concert.
So you packed a lot into your trip. You've been here, a day. You've packed everything, and you went to the Plymouth Art Fair. You went to the casino. You went to Drake. You're doing a podcast.
Went to mom and dad's house. Came here.
Went to your father-in-law's. Dropped the dag off.
We dropped the dag off.
Moving and shaking here in Michigan.
You
got to get some time to relax. Kick your feet up.
You're gonna need to get a summer home up here.
Let Uncle Mike give the baby the bottle. I'll do it.
I couldn't agree more, guys. It's been nonstop. And we were over in Howell at her sister's house, who watched the baby yesterday. Did a great job.
Holy shit! You drove out to Howell?
Yeah,
I try and stay out of that place. It's a little.
And no, it's been go. But then I come here and I get to do something enjoyable like this. help with that pod setup, get everybody together in one room. Like, it makes it all worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a dope setup. The only thing you're missing is you need another mic behind you just to capture the farts. I think that'd be great. Just a fart mic.
Well, this one's going to go down to it. And I do have another one somewhere. I mean, this is the original this is the pilot podcast in here. So this is the first one that's ever happened in here. I'm planning on doing multiple kinds of ones and different subjects and just try to see what sticks.
Well, I'm glad we get to pop the cherry in here,
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys doing that, I need to learn how to talk into a mic. I need to learn how to do, and then obviously after that, Matt's going to help us out with the technical stuff and figuring out how to edit, clip it, make it consumable for, the masses. People need to hear what I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is just trusting your headset and knowing that you're talking directly into that mic, Matt. You really got to work on that.
This is my first time I've had headphones on.
Yeah, why don't you get headphones for at home?
Budget is budget. I'll put on my Amex.
$20.
Yeah, I mean, the Drake concert was only $600 a ticket. Who cares?
$20 headset.
Yeah,
not part of the budget.
How much were the Drake tickets after fees? For which I saw the Snapchat videos. They did not seem like you guys weren't dancing in the front row.
Nosebleeds for sure.
I don't think you caught Drake's headband. So I mean, you kind of know how much did those run you the 3 days before the concert? What is it? Saturday night yesterday? A Saturday night concert, Little Caesars Arena. What did they cost you? Be honest.
$700
each
total.
Okay,
that's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
But these tickets, when they went on sale, they were $125 after fees.
So you got the resale one. Yeah, but if you do it last second.
Well, yeah, he sold out the building. So, I mean.
Was it a good concert?
Drake.
Are you glad you went?
I'm glad I went. One thing I did notice, though, is like he was there with 21 Savage. And
21.
I like 21 Savage, but I don't know a lot of 21 Savage. I don't relate with a lot of what 21 Savage has to say.
I do. The song A Lot.
Yeah. How many problems you got? A lot.
Yeah. How many people you shot? A lot. Yeah. You can play that on here. Thing.
I took some good video from the concert, though, which I don't try to take video at concerts. I hate that. But they had 21 Savage had a video screen on the floor, and it was a
old lady.
No, it was a purple, like the eggplant emoji following the peach emoji around, and they were fucking.
That's what we're all about here on the Dad Brain Pod.
I'm the Dodd Brun.
We're all about fucking.
We love Dodd Brun.
It's got to happen.
No, I mean, it was only because we did everything so last minute, dude. Like, if we really put like some time and effort and forethought into it, we probably could have.
Yeah, you gave that decision to Matt K once over, huh?
Yeah, I did. Well,
and I mean, you got $6,000 to fucking crank through in the next 6 months. I mean, you got to get to spending.
That's right. So, we'll put the cruise on there and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean,
you got to book all your things through Delta. You got to really
You're doing that
points.
anyway,
And then eventually,
so why not?
if you spend $100,000, you'll get a free, Comfort Plus thing to Tampa one way.
No,
you get Greyhound bus fare for free if you spend that much money.
Yeah, we get prime seats on the Megabus. We're trying to save up points to go to Barcelona and then eventually Tokyo because this week, breaking news on the Dad Brain podcast, I started my language lessons.
Ooh. Oh. For what type of language you learning?
Konnichiwa.
Mandarin?
No.
Japanese.
Oh.
Japanese. Hi. Hi. Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
So you're going to watch a lot of that hentai and stuff like that. Really learn some stuff.
There you go. Get it all out.
It's some weird stuff.
You're really into those tentacles, huh?
Yeah. I watched Human Centipede and I was like, I need to learn this language.
Are you going to bring the baby?
To Japan and to Barcelona, yeah.
Do they allow girls over there? I thought you got to throw one in the trash can.
That's China.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oops, we're getting canceled on the Dad Brain Pod. No, but that trip is like more like further out. But like,
well, yeah, it's something you should plan for with maybe a year or two out. Like,
yeah,
it's going to cost you $10,000, baseline.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the whole entire trip, like, you can't see Japan in like less than 2 weeks, so it's going to be a longer trip.
Yeah,
it should be.
But
that'll be worth it though.
And that's why I wanted to learn some of the language because I've been so many places where I didn't know the language. Like in Italy, we got stuck on a bus in the middle of nowhere because we didn't speak Italian and our Google Translate wouldn't work. So like if we would have like taken, even 3 months of language lessons for Italian, we wouldn't have been in that situation.
I just wish everybody would learn English, American.
I freaking saw this shirt
It's the way
before.
to be.
It was a dude that had like a bunch of arrows, and like one arrow pointed to like food, one was a bathroom symbol, one was a bus, one was a hotel, and like you could just go up to anybody in the world and you could just point like, oh, I need to go to a hotel or I need to find a taxi, and then they can kind of point it out to you. But I'm not going to learn a language. I'd just rather get the shirt.
I needed that yesterday. I was at the bar and I was having an existential dread moment. This dude.
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
So went out for Sean Jay's birthday yesterday.
Shout out to him. How old is Sean?
39.
Congratulations.
See your dad?
Yeah.
Get him on. Yeah.
So
He's been on the podcast twice.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he was one of my favorite episodes.
but I really love that guy.
He's a stand-up guy.
No, so I'll admit I hurt myself, so I was self-medicating a little bit. It wasn't in the right frame of mind. And I go outside and this guy comes up and says something. It starts raining. He said something in a very southern accent. I barely understood it. And I kind of was drunk, so I don't really remember what he said.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was fucking weird. Just turned around and walked inside. Didn't even have a cigarette and just left. I was like, I can't be out here with this guy. Yeah. 20 minutes later, I'm going to take a piss. Guy's in the urinal next to mine. And he says something about take the porcelain off this bitch or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm having this moment. I'm like, am I going to die tonight? Is this my Grim Reaper? Does anybody else see this guy? And luckily one of my buddies was like, Matt, you're fine. He talked to me too. He's fucking weird.
It was sea bass in the toilet.
Yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, am I the only guy who can see this guy? Is that my deep fear? Some southern gentleman's going to fucking kill me. That's my Grim Reaper.
Wait, he said he would take the porcelain off with his piss?
Yeah. About to take the porcelain off this bitch.
I'll strip the fucking porcelain off with this piss on.
Well, it was super thick. Super thick accent. Not his dick.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
Not his dick.
No, I thought you were talking about his stream.
No.
Okay.
Well, you can tell a lot about the dick by just hearing the stream.
Yeah, if it echoes a lot, it's a small dick. It's far away.
Yeah.
So he heard a lot of echoes from my
But
area.
why did this give you existential dread? It's not like
'cause I was drunk,
looked at you and
Yeah,
said
he didn't
7.
corner you in your stall.
No, but I was like, it's one of those things did anybody else notice it? That whole thing where everybody else is an NPC in the world. I was like, did anybody else notice this guy? And it's weird, out of place for a southern accent. Then I realized the hub is surrounded by a bunch of engineering companies.
Okay.
So he's obviously from a southern state up here, getting his per diem out of the way at the hub,
Now we're speaking French.
It took me a little bit to figure that out. But I was freaking out for a minute there.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't freaking out at all at the Drake concert, but today when I was at the farmer's market, that was definitely freaking out a little
Were
bit.
you selling some tie-dye shirts? Is that what that was?
No, but
Did you have a couple drinks at the concert last night?
well, I had one high noon.
Just
Oh, yeah.
one.
Yeah,
You told me you were fucked up yesterday. You were like, I'll have to read these when I'm not fucked up.
Yeah, it's because I was high as balls.
Oh, okay.
And then also you could say that when you don't want to answer anybody's long questions. Just like,
Yeah.
I'm bugged up. I don't want to talk now.
No, yeah, Matt,
It was content for the
Dude,
pod, by the way.
that would have been a perfect situation to do that, Mike, because he messaged me and he's like, bro, you need to watch the Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut documentary,
saw
30 for
that.
30.
I saw that. I sat here all day and I watched the rerun of the hot dog eating contest, which was
You watched
it was
the
fine.
rerun?
He just dominated. He's just dominating.
Yeah,
now.
and then Kobayashi's a little crying bitch. Made it all a conspiracy that, we don't want him here.
he didn't understand the culture, Matt. So if you go to Japan, you got to understand their culture.
Yeah.
That way you don't get offended. That way you're not a crying little bitch to them or vice versa.
Yeah, he didn't understand that we're patriotic here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So saying USA, he thought everybody chanting USA against him was against him personally. It's no, just drunk people at the 4th of July hot dog eating contest, they're going to shout USA.
Yeah.
That's something somebody should have sat him down and be like, hey, dude, it's nothing against you. But, World War II's over, Pearl Harbor, whatever. We don't know.
The MLE chairman seemed like he kind of had a little bit out for him. Maybe.
Dude, he's on Joey's chestnut dick so hard.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But it's
But it was great.
That's between them. But it's a great documentary, and you should check it out.
I will check it out now.
Great 30 for 30.
Yeah.
The thing is with Joey Chestnut is he's the most dominant performer in all of sports, right? He's getting up there with
For hot dogs.
hot dogs.
Kobayashi was still beating him in other competitions.
Yeah, the
while they were still
taco
going at it.
competition
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a pizza competition, stuff like that.
Yeah, but hot dogs is the Super Bowl, NBA championship all rolled into one.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as eating contests
he
goes.
can put a dog down his throat.
This is such a great topic because this guy right here can eat. Right. So if you were to enter the MLE, like what could be that one food, that one item where like you could give someone in the competition a run for their money?
So with me, I think if you put a 10-minute timer on me, I don't think I can compete with those guys because they just shove it down so hard or whatever.
They're not actually enjoying it.
But I mean, if you give me a week, okay, to really slow roll these guys, put like 10 pizzas in front of me. I mean, I'm mowing through half a pizza every 4 hours.
So I got a question.
Okay.
Or whole pizza.
Up at your cabin, West Branch.
Yep.
We got those frozen burgers. You were Cousin Alex. Who's taking more down? In like a 30-minute period, you were Cousin Alex.
Burgers were
I
bad.
saw that motherfucker put down some burgers. Triple stacking, quadruple stacking them. I was scared.
He's an uncle too. We should have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's got a very primitive palate, so he can just slop down the meat and cheese like no other. I like toppings on my burger and everything, and like obviously like it's not going to go against me in the burger count, but if I had the choice, like for instance, at the hot dog eating contest, if Joey Chestnut wanted to, he could put mustard and relish on all his dogs.
Yeah, you gotta.
But it's not going to they're not going to give you extra for it. So with that being said, I still think I can just eat more than them just overall.
All right.
Within the 30-minute burger competition, but it's close. And I mean, he could get me on any given day,
Yeah.
If I'm not on my A game, if he's on his A game, it's still close.
If you haven't taken
Very
your morning
I'm only
shit
gonna beat him by a
before,
burger. Oh yeah, that's what it all depends.
You really
on.
got to blow that shit out first. You got to start with a clean slate.
This is why it's an actual competition, right? Because you have to have those kind of considerations. Like
There's definitely strategy.
You got to take a shit, drink a lot of water.
Well, this year there was rain at the hot dog eating contest, so they got pushed back by 2 hours. Joey Chestnut, I guess they hyped it up to make him seem like, hey, this competition is going down. I'd train for this stuff all year, and we are not. This day is not going out with me out eating hot dog. Get everybody out there right now. I don't care if there's lightning, do whatever. USA.
Did anybody notice how ripped Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut are though? Like I was like, what the fuck?
Joey Chestnut's ripped.
He's not that ripped anymore.
Oh, not anymore. He was like when he first started.
His jaws are like, dude. If you saw him during the introduction, the guy was like, he did a 15-minute thing about how he's the greatest superhuman of all time, but his jaws, and he's sitting there the whole time like going.
No, he's got some gap teeth too. Like,
dude,
the teeth don't get in the way of his eating. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he's definitely not going to go to the dentist and get nice new teeth because that's going to mess up his flow.
They were saying the prize money for that was it's like 120 grand or something like that.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but he lives in fucking New York or whatever, Jersey. It doesn't they showed his apartment, his washer and dryer is right next to his stove. I was like, damn, there's not a lot of money in Major League Eating.
I always, around this time of year, I look up Joey Chestnut on Google just to see what rounds he's doing or whatever. How does this man make money outside of these competitions? First off, the money you make in competitions is pretty healthy, even if you live in New York, but he does a bunch of endorsements for
he's got his own mustard line.
Right. I want to try that. It looks good. He's got that spicy mustard.
His own mustard?
Yep, mustard. I'm sure he's probably a condiment line.
But they had a Raising Cane's grand opening, and Joey Chestnut was there.
Personal appearances. Yeah, he's like an old retired baseball pitcher that was Darren McCarty coming out and opening up your
marijuana shop.
That's if you got a new weed shop, dude, get Darren McCarty. He's probably doing it for a couple bands each. But I mean, good for him. I mean, you should. He goes out and makes money however he can.
And he's a dad, so we could, it's relevant to the podcast.
Joey Chestnut is welcome on my podcast and the Dad Brain podcast 100%. Whenever he wants.
Confirmed.
He's an American goddamn hero.
That's right.
We'll fry up some dogs for him.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
We'll eat something with them. We'll have our own little competition right here. We'll see whose house this really is.
We'll throw them in the air fryer.
Get some Detroit-style pizza, see if you can take it.
Some Coney dogs, man. I don't know if you can beat me on those.
You stopped at, you got off the plane.
Yeah.
You stopped at, was it National Coney Island? You did a little tour of Michigan eateries there?
Oh, my wife's from the west side, so it was Leo's.
Leo's, okay. The only good thing about Leo's is their lemon rice soup.
I did have the lemon rice soup. But no, she wanted to get a picture of the baby with a Coney dog, doing all the things.
Those looked like heartburn on a fucking plate, though.
I didn't eat them all, but I think everything you eat actually, it's heartburn inducing.
Yeah.
I saw that she had no onions on it. Is that her thing?
No, it was Marley's hot dogs.
Wait, I know.
But she's not an onion.
Say the baby. Obviously, the baby, is not going to have onions yet. But.
Baby's just housing down.
So Marley, no onions, huh?
I guess she's no onions.
Is that a problem with you as a husband?
No. I mean, she's a very picky eater, and I'm not.
Right.
But I'm also disciplined with my eating. Like if I say I'm like not going to eat, if I'm like fasting or something, like I like can do that.
So for your daughter, like, I mean, for us growing up, I know like we were very much like our parents would say, fend for yourself. Like if you're not eating what we're not cooking, then you're not eating. Kitchen's closed, you're done. Now with you, are you going to indulge, your wife's picky eating habits with your daughter? Or are you going to say like, hey, Maisie, if you don't like what I'm cooking, then you ain't eating.
Are you gonna cook?
If you don't want onions, just brush them off with the Coney dog. I'm not sure how you're going to go about that. And I'm not sure what you should do as a dad doing that. Like, do you want to like, indulge her on being like super picky, which is not a bad thing, but like it could also like just make life more difficult for people.
No, I think
that resentment early.
Yeah. I hate you, Dad. You're forward. But no, I think that's a great question. My wife is a picky eater, but like I always can at least determine what the base of the meal is going to be. So I'm like, it's going to be steak. It's going to be grilled chicken. It's going to be something like that. So like you can kind of like, pick and choose from that point. But the base is always going to be that.
Do you guys cook a lot at home?
We started recently, actually. Yeah. I mean, based on the finance episode and other just really like analyzing your actual money that you spend on restaurants going out. Like
it's huge.
It's massive. And it's really nice just to have a home cooked meal because you can go to Costco, pick up something for $20 and you're set.
Yeah. I mean, that can go like 3 days too.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
So
leftovers, baby.
But then you do something like this, right? You come on a vacation and then all that shit just goes out the fucking window, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on vacation, you only got a finite amount of time. You can't be doing dishes and cooking and preparing and stuff like that.
Right, but you can still make good choices, right?
Yeah, but I mean, good choices are not very time friendly either.
They're not.
Well, you can always get the Caesar salad.
You can always get the Caesar salad.
But then you can mess up a Caesar salad by just butt fucking with ranch or Caesar dressing or extra croutons, the cheese. It'd be the worst thing on the menu.
That is true.
I can't tell you how many times when you mentioned the butt fucking thing, like just covering something in it, how many times I've almost said that in like a not like friendly environment.
I say it all the time. I don't give a fuck.
I'd be like, we're just butt fucking them with content. They don't need it anymore. Like,
I fucking tell the people at the Taco Bell drive-thru, how much sauce you want? Just butt fuck me with it, dude. Just give me the I tell them, give me as much sauce as you can give me without getting fired. And dude, I've had a half a bag full of just like completely full, probably 3 pounds worth of sauce. If you ask them, they'll do it because I don't really think they got a real.
I only like their verde and their fire sauce, and they always give me way too much because I'm not a big sauce guy. I don't, like if you give me 3 packets, I might use one of them. Like I don't put a bunch of sauce in my shit. But if you're gonna give me sauce, I want the fire one. Then they give me like a year's supply of it. I'm like, I've got 3 fucking tacos here. How much sauce do you think I need?
Mate, I have to ask this. You like Taco Bell, but Taco Bell doesn't like you, and it's your. I know it's. We shouldn't say the name 2 times or more, but thank you. The volcano menu has returned to Taco Bell.
I wouldn't know. It's been. I haven't.
You haven't experienced it yet.
No.
Okay. I didn't know if you went.
No, I'm still making good decisions.
He can't even say it anymore, folks.
I had a Caesar salad for dinner last night. Okay, fuck off.
Why is your tummy bumbling today?
That's a good
I don't
question.
know. I had like some questionable ceviche on Lake St. Clair earlier today.
What is ceviche?
Ceviche is like raw fish cooked in lemon juice. It was very questionable.
Okay, well there you go.
Wait, did you go out on the boat?
For a limited period of time, then we went to we tried this new restaurant called Hook out there. It was fucking terrible.
What did you get from Hook?
The ceviche, and then I ate one bite and we're like, this is terrible, and then we left because it took us an hour to get an appetizer, and I was like, yeah, and we were the only people there.
I mean, they're
going through some stuff.
Shout out to Hook.
They're going through some stuff. They promised us next time they'll treat us right.
Use promo code HOOK20 at checkout.
John Taffer in there, dude. Shut it down.
Oh, they just opened too. That's the problem.
Well, that could be a good or a bad thing, understaffed.
But then we went to Watermark Grill. They treated us all right,
That's one thing when you come back home, like from not living here for 3 years, like you see all the buildings and what they've changed into and stuff. And whenever I see like a bar that's like failing, I always do like the John Taffer inner monologue, right?
Yeah, I'm always like, what's going on back in that kitchen? Like I see some guy without a glove.
Who's running this
I'm
joint?
getting pissed off.
Yeah. We go past this one place, and I'm like, One-Eyed Jack's is a failing bar and restaurant in Harrison Township, Michigan. John Taffer has been called in to bust open the doors and open the doors and bust open, whatever. But no, this place was fucking empty on a Friday night. Because,
Did you make it back to Waldenburg or any place like that? Your old stomping grounds?
Didn't go to Waldenburg. I did float the idea of going to the Cicerelli's.
Oh.
You ever been to Cicerelli's over there?
Right there at 22 and Hayes?
Yeah. I had a buddy that worked there when I was in the bar industry, and he told me it was a money laundering front.
I've heard that. I heard they also used to do gambling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
So just living off the nostalgia of the Red
What's any
Wings.
business out there?
We didn't end up going, moral of the story, because like it's just been dark and rainy this whole entire trip.
yeah.
Well, it seems like you've been driving probably for 20 hours too, all the places you've been going.
Well, I actually haven't done any driving because I don't have my driver's license. So all the driving has been done by the lady. It's pretty nice.
Well, that's why you're getting there so slow.
Right.
Well, actually, I don't do it much driving anymore because Amanda being pregnant, like, I get fucked up.
Oh, she's designated driving for you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But she will probably never drive for me again after this kid comes out because I've totally abused that power.
So I saw the picture. You guys are officially half-baked. So you're halfway there.
I'm so disappointed that she did the half-baked ice cream shtick.
Do you know about
I
this?
think we shat on that on one episode, and then she did. And I'm like, oh, I look like such a fucking loser now.
What does half baked mean? Like she's the size of like a cantaloupe?
No, it's the size of a sweet potato, basically. But they use the Ben and Jerry's half-baked ice cream in the picture, and because they're halfway to the birth stage.
Shout out Ben and Jerry's. You're doing well.
The thing is, though, most people don't even make it to 40 weeks in their pregnancy. So the idea of half-baked is half-baked, if you will.
Wait, 40 weeks?
Yeah, 40 weeks is like the full term of a pregnancy.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Yeah.
halfway was 40 weeks. Like
No.
my math is all messed up. That's 560 days.
But I think we're actually going to make it a point to come back home more because we had free built-in childcare this whole entire trip.
You got the Amex card.
Yeah, it's going great.
This is home. I mean, Michigan is home for you, you know?
It is. And I
It's always going to be home.
I liked what you said, Matt, where you're like, hopefully at one time we can get a place like, up by our folks in northern Michigan. And, be able to commute back and forth there because it's just really important for our daughter to be with her grandparents.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I've already floated the idea, we're going to Barcelona next June. I was like, oh, mom and dad can watch Maisie while we're in Barcelona. We can do the running into the bowls. It's hard to do that with a stroller.
My mom loves talking shit about that. She's like, they're going to learn. They're going to get their reality check soon. They're not going to be traveling with this damn baby. They're going to need to learn. It's like she needs you to go through some shit.
Right.
Like with deal
She's
with
like,
the kid.
I could totally watch the kid, but I'm not just to prove a fucking point.
Yeah. Like she needs you to be like, she needs to see some stress on your face. She needs to see you
gotta go
sweat
through
a
what
little
we
bit
went through.
before you've earned her taking care of the baby. And then again, she is never going to say no, but she will give you some shit for it. I mean, she is going to make you feel like you're a piece of shit for even asking, because there are some parents that do just literally do whatever they want. And then just grandma raises the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I mean, usually those people are strung out on drugs or something messed up like that.
Not the kind of dads we bring on the podcast.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
And we're not going to get to that point because we do enjoy doing all these things. And and there's no drugs involved. But I think it's just going to be a completely different experience. I mean, even being around a 1-year-old, I was around a 1-year-old this week. I was around a 3-year-old. I went into this 3-year-old and little kids, they will treat their bedrooms like it's MTV Cribs. Okay. This little girl, she had a whole entire princess closet. She had a flat screen TV. She was showing me all of her cool shit. And
yo, this is where we keep the crystal.
Yeah, and we're gonna have this guy who's a dad, Van, Marley's best friend's husband. Great guy. We're gonna have him on the podcast. I didn't talk to him about it, but this is your invitation. Because his kids are just so great, so polite, and a 3-year-old I feel like a 3-year-old will actually involve going or enjoy going on a vacation. Right, they kind of have the lights on enough that they can kind of understand and enjoy it.
Well, and they might remember some of the experiences. Like today, we talked about somebody that we were with brought up right after having our kid going to fucking Disney. I'm like, no, I'm not spending any kind of money at a place I don't want to go for a kid that ain't gonna remember shit.
Yep, I said the exact same thing about all the birthdays.
Oh yeah,
what? But Matt. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
our wives are not going to let us not have birthday parties as much as
our listeners already know and keep saying. They apparently wear the pants in our households.
Yeah, Can't wait for the mom brain. A lot of people have been requesting that. My cousin Tyler, who listens to every episode, shout out to you, Tyler. She was like, need to have the female perspective on there because Matt Kelly's a moron.
No, because Curtis is a moron, first of all. No, I think we're going to do they want to do a Set in the Record Straight episode. They keep talking about it. I don't know how they're going to afford to get it edited or anything like that.
How many fucking notes do they have at this point?
Oh, dude, they hate us, by the way.
Always got something to say, blah, blah, blah.
Every time my wife listens to an episode, she's like, that never happened. You lied.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I didn't. I maybe, exaggerated a tiny bit, but it's good content.
It's entertainment, right? We need to embellish a little bit here and there. Yeah, and the fun part is nobody knows what we're embellishing on.
It's satire.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is like a professional dating.
So we can say whatever we want.
Matt, what is like their big gripe? Like if you just had to like put it down to one thing, like where they say we're fucking up
royalty.
You
can't do that. Everything's wrong. What are you talking about?
This is wrong.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm here on a Sunday night instead of with her, fucking up hardcore.
Yeah.
And Matt, it brings it up. Like, why aren't you watching the baby right now?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, I don't know how long you've been on the air.
Life, or are you just going to be talking to Mike your whole life?
Yeah, you're just hanging out with your buddies at Mike's house.
Yeah. Baby's under control. Baby's sleeping.
Are you sure? I mean, is she here right now? I mean, she could be, I don't know.
We could have her as a special guest on the podcast,
Bring her in.
We need a shit mic.
Yeah, amp her up. No, she's being taken care of. I believe so. Scott, where are we at on the recording right now? 46 minutes.
So let's bring it home, guys.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring it home, Matthew.
Oh, I got to bring it home?
You got to bring it home.
Yeah, just bring some closing thoughts. What do you think about...
I think we learned a lot that, the traveling, when people tell you that it's easy traveling with a baby, who have done it, they're setting the bar low. They're setting the bar low.
This kid is 6 weeks old. Today. So...
That was a ballsy move, jumping on that plane. I applaud you for that.
It was. And
if you're listening, reach out to us. Tell us some of your favorite traveling experiences with your newborn.
Yeah.
So we can roast it.
Yeah. And we also want to know, just like, we have kind of a little bit of data to like see if you're listening to this or you're watching it. But if you are watching it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like, leave a comment. We're going to get back to posting clips because, need to get some more clips up there for the social media.
Yeah, if you've noticed a lull in the social media, this dude's changing diapers. I'm fucking useless.
It's a little hard.
I'll put it out there for the community to get more involved. If you email the Dad Brain Pod a question that gets right on the air, a $25 gift certificate to Toys R Us from Uncle Mike onto you for the next week podcast. Okay, that's what I contribute to you guys' podcast because I believe in it and
That's super nice.
Yeah, and Toys R Us is doing good, and there's so many locations still right now, and I think that would really get the people involved. And money talks in this world. That big fucking giraffe is still out there, doing his thing.
Hey, they brought Grimace back. They're bringing the giraffe back.
Oh, dude, the Grimace. We'll talk about Grimace another time. Ooh,
fuck that.
Okay, just one thing about Grimace.
Sure.
If you haven't already, Grimace has his own Spotify playlist.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Just do your own digging. It's sponsored by McDonald's.
Let's play the episode out on that Grimace playlist.
Yeah.
And,
thanks for joining us at East Point, Michigan, for our first in-person pod.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being on, Mike.
Yeah, dude.
Take it easy, guys. Shout out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Dad Brain. New episodes come out every Sunday. Don't miss any. Subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts. While you are there, help spread the word about Dad Brain by leaving a rating and review. Can't get enough Dad Brain? Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Dad Brain Pod.